Alright, hello YouTube. Today we're going to do another quick tutorial on how to use VMware Workstation version 7. Of course, if you go to the actual website, VMware's website, they have version, I think it's version 9, and I think they're coming out with a new version, which is 10. I couldn't get that copy, so usually I have a VMware Workstation copy, version 7, and it's an actual legit copy. So today, the things that you need to do is basically, we're gonna go ahead and download. You're gonna go ahead and download the software from the actual website. But of course, the thing that sucks ass is you have to register. And once you register, you get the download link. You get to download whatever you need to download for the actual, for the actual VMware. Okay. The things that you need also is administrator rights, and you also need an ISO image or a CD, a DVD of the operating system you wish to install. It can be Windows XP. It can be whatever the hell you want it to be. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. As soon as you go ahead and install the actual VMware Workstation on your actual computer, you're gonna actually end up seeing this window. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and create a new virtual machine. So we're gonna go and click on new virtual machine. We're gonna go do an actual custom configuration. The reason why we're gonna do a custom configuration is so that we can set all the settings correctly and all the settings so that we don't have to go into the settings later on. So I'll just show you. I'll show you the steps of ahead. So let's go ahead and click next. This is the hardware compatibility. This is just describing what are the limitations and what are the compatible products of VMware. So let's go ahead and click next. Now, and for this install from, you can install it from from your DVD or your CD drive. If you have an actual disk and you want to install it right away, installer disk image ISO basically is an ISO image, or you can install the operating system later. For this tutorial, I'm gonna go ahead and install this operating system later. So let's click next. The guest operating system. Now there's a difference between the host operating system and the guest operating system. The host operating system is the actual operating system that you're actually using. So for example, if your main operating system is Windows 7, you're using Windows 7. That's your actual operating system, which is your host. Now the guest is basically the guest operating system that you're going to install on your virtual machine. Now for this tutorial, I'm gonna go ahead and try to install Windows 7 32-bit. And that's it. So let's click next. The virtual machine name, you can name it whatever you want. The location, so let's click next. Number of processors, I'm just gonna leave this alone. And so I think you also have to be careful. There's some problems with using two cores with the actual with the actual VMware, so I rather just leave it on by default. So let's click next. Memory, what do you want to put for your memory? Okay, what's the actual memory are you going to use? You have to remember that if you put it too high, your computer, your actual host operating system is going to run extremely slow. So in order for you to actually keep a balance, you want to actually add 512 or you want to add 1024. The recommended memory for Windows 7, of course, is 1024, which is 1 gig. So let's go ahead and click next. Network connection. Network connection, you're gonna use bridge networking, NAT. Use only host only networking, and do not use a network connection. If you want your actual guest operating system to have an actual internet connection, you want to use a bridge networking. Okay, so by default for this tutorial, I'm gonna use bridge networking. So I'm gonna click next. This is the input and output controller types, so we're gonna go ahead and leave this by default. We're gonna create a new virtual disk, so we're gonna go ahead and click next. Virtual disk type is a SCSI and IDE. We're gonna leave it alone as SCSI, so let's click next. Now this is the specify the disk capacity. Okay, but basically the default is 40 gigs, so we're just gonna leave that alone. You could actually change it to whatever you actually want. You can use 70, 80 gigs. So let's click next. 1 gig will be created by the file name provided here. Okay, so we're gonna click next, and now you can see this is your summary, and then we're gonna click on finish. Now everything is done. Okay, now the only thing that we need to do is we need to do one more thing in order for us to power on the virtual machine, is basically add the ISO image. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on edit virtual machine settings, and I'm gonna go to CD, DVD, IDE. Okay, now if you have a CD and DVD, all you gotta do is pop it in and power on the virtual machine, and it'll install from the CD. Unlike me, I have an actual image file, so that the actual installation can actually be a lot faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose use ISO image file. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for my ISO image. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. That's it. So let's go ahead and power on the virtual machine. Okay, let's close this. Let's close. Oh crap! I hate that crap. All right. Alright, now we're at the basically install Windows actual interface. So let's go ahead. The language to install is English. Time and currency, we're gonna leave that alone, and keyboard or input method US. So we're gonna go ahead and click next. We're gonna go ahead and click install now. Okay, setup is starting. Alright, now the EULA, basically the user license agreement. So let's go ahead and accept the terms and click next. We're gonna go ahead and choose a custom install. Now where do you want to install Windows? So of course our 40 gig drive that we had created before. So we're gonna go ahead and click on drive options. We're gonna click on new. We're gonna go ahead and click on apply. Click OK. Okay, let it create the partition. And then we're gonna just go ahead and click next. So you can choose it to format. If you want to format it, go ahead and do that, but either way it's gonna reformat it on its own. So let's just click next. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and wait for a little while to wait. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, and I'll get to so we'll see you guys soon. Alright, supposedly the installation has actually kind of become successful. So let's go ahead and add our username. So let's click next. If you want to go ahead and add a password, go ahead. Let's click next. I'm not gonna activate online, so let's click next. I'm just gonna go ahead and choose to ask me later. Let's go ahead and choose with the time zone. Let's click next. I'm gonna just go ahead and choose the current location, which is home network. So let's go ahead and wait for it to actually finish. Alright, let's see if it finishes. It's finalizing. Alrighty then, and that's it. Windows 7 is successfully installed on VMware Workstation version 7. Okay, and as you can see, I should go ahead and do this little command here. Oh shit. Whoops. God damn it. Alright. And that's it. And that's it, YouTube. Windows 7 is successfully installed, in VMware. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, dislike, comment, give me some feedback. Also, please make sure that you actually also subscribe to the channel. It really actually does help me with the channel. So that's it, YouTube. Stay tuned for another tutorial. Hopefully that's coming soon later on. Alright, YouTube, I'm out.